here in Bergen-Belsen visiting the concentration camp. It has particular resonance for me because my grandfather was in the Liberation Relief Forces. Visiting here has been something I've put off for years, and yet now I'm here. There's a real sense of doom, real sense of dread, real sense of the horror. Traditionally, the Holocaust, you assume it's a Jewish thing, but thousands and thousands and thousands of Poles, Russians, virtually every nation of the world is represented in the dead here. It's really dreadful. It's hard to contemplate. My grandfather never spoke about his time here. There was once when he exploded at my father. My father complained about some food. I guess he saw it for real. Now I'm just visiting here and seeing grave upon grave upon grave of thousands and thousands and thousands of dead. Now you can just visit and walk the grounds, but it's grim. It's really very, very grim. One of the consequences of the relief forces arriving here was that there were thousands of people stranded. Many of them German, this was their country, but they had no desire to stay. There ended up being camps of tens of thousands of people living here for years after. I think the last camp was finally dismantled in 1950. Yesterday I visited the synagogue in Celle. It's the oldest wooden synagogue in this part of Lower Saxony, but crucially it was closed under Hitler, predictably. But it then saw an amazing renaissance, because based here, just a few miles down the road, were thousands upon thousands of dispossessed Jews. And so for a few years it saw a renaissance, the like of which it will never happily see again. But one of the consequences here in Belsen was the generation that became Zionists. Thousands of people from this camp, Bergen-Belsen, ended up going to Palestine. The demand for a homeland, the desire to get out, the desire to not return. I've recently visited Belsize Synagogue. They had their 70th anniversary. They were formed just on the edge of war, and yet they have that sense of dispossessed, not a hopeless, mournful dispossessed, but an understanding that there is a strong German, in their case Berlin, root. And it just it gives you cause to pause and to see that life can be reborn. I've got my iPod with me on this visit, and I have loaded onto it 2 of the CDs from the Belsize Synagogue congregation. They're a small comfort, but a significant comfort to hear Jewish voices who fled Germany under Hitler, who formed a new life, and now, 70 years later, are singing those memories. My visit here seems pretty small in the scale of the movement of people that took place, but as I listen to the music and walk round this memorial graveyard site, you realise that there is hope, but it feels right now like you have to scratch around for it, but the music helps. The music really helps.